The death of going viral. We'll watch that.
Viral videos. A staple of the internet is people being bored and making someone random famous for no reason, simply because people are bored. And
how long is the Hawk Tour podcast going to last? Because it is worryingly high in the charts. Now, it's not going to last forever, because it's just not, surely. But it's worryingly high in the charts. Talk to a podcast with Haley Welch. I'm not listening to it. I'm not watching it. 107. So she's already got a plaque season for the young lady. 1.7 million views. They may have view botted. 646, 436. So he's done 3 eps. 1.7 million for the first one with Whitney Cummings. 646 with a granny. And then 436 6 days ago. Now they may have view botted a bit, but that is wild, dude. Oh, I don't have a problem with her. She's just capitalizing on the moment they got hold of her. As soon as it happened, they, being Jake Paul's company, Paul again, Jake Paul's company and whoever else just got hold of her. They got hold of her, agents, deals, you know, like good on her, but she's going to get chewed up and spat out Hawk Tour by the system very, very quickly. The reason she's been able to make anything of this is because she's quite funny and has like a good personality and whatever. From the clips that I've seen, she's not a complete idiot, but at the same time, this is only going to last so long. I mean, that meme was annoying and overplayed within the first 30 minutes of seeing it. So it's a wild one. Like podcasts like this typically live and die by their guests, right? First guest, Whitney Cummings. You know, she's been on podcast loads recently. She's kind of reinventing herself from a comedian into like professional podcast guest. That's becoming a career, right? Professional podcast guest. That's definitely becoming a career. You don't get paid necessarily for being on the podcast, but then from there, you can sell your books, you can sell your channel, you can sell whatever it is you do on the side. It's fine. But yeah, anyway. Back to the video.
Would love this type of attention, which is why every content creator is pretty much competing for yours 24/7 when you think about it. Not me though. I mean, I guess it would be cool if you subbed, but like I'm not really bothered. And I guess it would be if you did to my second channel and a gaming channel, and I stream too. But like, I'm not really too worried about it. I'm good. Going viral has been a thing since the internet has existed, really. It kind of shaped the internet as a whole. I mean, the only reason YouTube even got invented in the first place was because people were trying to find clear footage of Janet Jackson's nipple. I'm not even joking. Like, that's actually why YouTube got created.
I thought YouTube was a dating site as well at first. Now, I remember when YouTube was just one of a few like video sites that people would share. E-Baum's World that share YouTube, and it was just for a long time. It was just like funny old clips. That's all it was. It was just funny old clips of shit that you'd share with your friends. And the whole concept, well, he's talking about virality, which is something else, but the whole concept of YouTubers kind of happened outside of my sphere for a long time because I was that much older. When all of the 11, 12-year-olds were finding their YouTubers that they were getting into. I was in my 20s. We were still just sharing clips of funny shit. We didn't really see it, and obviously we weren't going to watch any of the, like when KSI was young and all of these sorts of people. Obviously people in their 20s weren't ever going to watch any of that shit anyway. And this, YouTube to me was back when it was like a search-based platform rather than algorithm-based platform. So the whole change happened kind of outside of my realization. I've spoken about it before. It was only meeting Ali A when I worked for Monster. We took a meeting with Ali A's manager, who's the guy who's also KSI's manager, and he had a bunch of YouTubers that he brought with him. Ali A, Vicstar, a guy called Fear Krads, who's not a YouTuber anymore, a guy called XJaws, I believe, an American Call of Duty YouTuber, and maybe one other. We took a meeting with all of them separately, and it was only seeing that and being in that meeting with Ali when he was 19 made me realize how big it was getting, the YouTuber thing, and that really switched everything for me.
Notice that going viral is kinda dying. The art form that was once a masterful craft that took years and years to master is now dwindled to.
Welcome back to Talk To It.
Damn, so how old is this video? She's got 107 now, so 10 days she's doubled her subs. Fair play.
15 seconds of fame nowadays is more like 3 with some leeway sometimes. And I think the main difference of going viral in the past versus now is how easy it is to go viral. Before, when you went viral back in the day, aka anytime pretty much before 2020 or TikTok,
it's easier to go viral because of TikTok and Reels and everything and the accessibility that it has. But the virality is just, by the nature of those platforms, going to last so much less time. And then there's different levels of viral. People say something goes viral, which means it had like 100,000 views, or people say something goes viral because it has like 1 million views across a bunch of different shit. But real virality, like Hawk Tour, is like billions of views across every platform cumulative. That is true, actual culture shifting virality. And that is still quite rare, I would say.
The internet starved for the time. Like, your meme was not leaving the mainstream feed for a good amount of time. It would have time to soak in and eventually get to the point where damn near everyone knew what it was. A good example for this is Damn Daniel. Them kids don't know about this one. This was my Hawk Tour before Hawk Tour. Damn Daniel went viral, and I swear you couldn't escape this man.
I have no fucking idea
People's friends were
who that
trying
is.
to recreate the scene to go
Classic
viral.
Boomer JD. No fucking clue. No clue, mate.
In the YouTube Rewind in 2016. He appeared on Ellen and got a lifetime of Vans. This shit has 44 million views, just to put in perspective.
How did I miss
what
this
type
dude?
of motion Daniel was having at the time.
Had
Ellen
it
was a solidified
4-year-old and a
figure
0-year-old kid.
online
I'll
star
give
back
myself
then.
that.
Even if
That
we
little
go
guy I
back to
remember.
Pre-internet times, a good example is Kim K. Back when Kim K got famous for dropping a sex tape, it was unheard of. Was horny and in shambles, the worst type of horny. They couldn't believe a celebrity woman would just casually drop a tape to the public. And the worst part is, it was mid. Like, if she dropped that tape, now would call the stroke game subpar and move on. We've become too much of a gooner society. It wouldn't even matter. Not that I would personally know what happened in the tape, you know, I But nowadays, all you gotta do is pay the price of a Big Mac meal a month to see your favorite celebrity woman naked. With virality nowadays, the internet moves.
Is Hezbollah the last? Is Hezbollah the last, like, someone that's gone viral and has managed to sustain it for a little while? Can you think of any others? Because Hezbollah, like, I mean, ignoring the crypto shit and everything else that whoever is in charge of Hezbollah puts out there into the world. Like, whenever I see little Hezbollah, still, which is less than it was, but whenever I still see that little guy, it still makes me smile, man. And if there's ever any new Hezbollah content, I'm there for it. Obviously, he's not peaking like he was, but he's managed to make something of it.
Fast, you're basically forgotten after a week. Multiple things are going viral a day at a rate where people can't even keep track. Compared to in the past when the internet was smaller, just that one person would be known for a while. Like, I would say more people at their peaks were talking about
Cubby? Yeah, but Cubby's like a creator that blew up. That's slightly different than someone just going viral across multiple platforms. And it's just them.
Damn Daniel than the TikTok Riz party kids. And this isn't to hate on them or any of these.
I have no fucking clue who that is either.
I'm talking about the effectiveness. Even music stars who blew up off memes, time is ticking faster. Ice Spice as an example. Ice Spice had like a solid year run, maybe 2 if you really want to count it. I feel like she would have fell out the spotlight way faster if she wasn't doing the, you know, Ice Spice thing. But nowadays, she don't even seem to like it anymore. I've never seen anybody twerk with a straighter face. Comparing her with someone that had a similar come up to her years ago, Lil Pump. I'm gonna say it like somebody got to. Lil Pump was popping way more than Ice Spice ever was. Gucci Gang has 1 billion plays on it alone.
Billion
like he's retired off this
views,
song
dude.
by itself. I remember growing up and all my 5-year-old cousins were coming up to me singing Gucci Gang. And I'm bringing this up to show how virality is truly dying because they basically both had the same package. Both had their distinctive
Lil Pump made some decent music.
Both had memes made around them. Both had...
Listen, Gucci Gang, the beat is good. Let's get it. The beat is good. After that, all his music is appalling. Ice Spice, I've never got understood or got into a single song or any of that sound. Does literally nothing for me. I mean, this song is terrible.
Co-signs by major artists, and one was going way crazier in their prime compared to the other. Granted, Lil Pump's fall off is definitely more noticeable when he's pretty much turned into a Trump fan page.
Other things, one of the big superstars of the world, Little Pimp.
I would have never guessed the that made D-Rose would start Trump, but hey, I guess whatever gets you the bag. Another thing that's changed virality and made it different is the sheer amount of people online. Like, the meme dies so much faster than it did in the past, because everybody eventually starts using it. People either use it in the wrong way or just use it in an
Yeah, well, it's just there's so many more people online, and there is so many more distractions. I mean, the internet itself was way more distracting than anything that had ever come before it. And now we live in a world where you can get pumped, 100 unbelievable pieces of content an hour on an algorithm. Like, my Instagram Reels algorithm is so flawlessly curated at this point that it is a lethal fucking weapon. I have to be careful of that shit. The volume of high caliber entertainment that I get just from going on that website, platform, app, whatever you want to call it, is fucking dangerous, dude. I have to catch myself. I have a rule that if I don't know when I go on it, that happens on its own. Quite often when I'm checking something about work. But I have a rule. If something makes me laugh out loud, that is you have to stop. You can't chase that high again. That's the moment. And I'm just hoping that happens within 1 minute. So that's the moment that I tell myself I have to stop. But that might not happen for 40 minutes. And then what happened in that 40 minutes? Okay, it was fun. But Jesus, it's not good, is it? It's not good. But damn, my algorithm is good. Damn, my algorithm is fucking flawless, dude. Somebody's out there singing into a camera, releasing the worst piece of music you ever heard, and they've got 7 likes. Guess who's seeing it? Guess who it's getting sent to? Brick by brick. Johnny brick by brick. Every time. It's terrible. It's terrible. I'm seeing people's darkest fears, man. It's bad. It's bad. I feel guilty seeing that shit. I really do, but that's what it is. That's what it is. And you get that comboed with old WWE clips, Creed memes, a bit of football, some pro club stuff. Like, it is flawless, dude. Flawless.
Way. All the brand accounts online try to copy it and go viral in the moment. And the time you'll know the meme
brand
is
accounts
truly
doing
dead
memes
is when your parents or an older family member brings it up.
Oh, that's not going to happen to me. I'm the parent, dude. I'm doing that to my kid. I say skibbity riz to my 13-year-old just to fucking. He hates it. He absolutely hates it. Oh, by the way, I don't even really know what skibbity toilet is. The only thing I know is that kids say it, and it's something to do with a toilet, which there used to be a show when I was a kid. Now, this is going way back, dude. There's all this stuff about skibbity. I don't know what skibbity toilet is. Maybe I'll react to someone's stream. You guys will probably all leave, but it might be quite funny to make a video out of that. But there was this show when I was a kid. Let's see if I can find it. The 80s were fucking wild, man. Yeah! Dude, this show was fire. So I can't get too mad at Skibbity Toilet, right? Because there was a show that was literally set down a toilet in the 80s in Britain. Now, this quality is obviously not the best. Dude, I'm going to get mad nostalgia for this. Prehistoric brain rot. Said perfectly. But it had loads of like parodies of other cartoons and shit. Dude, this is a mad nostalgia moment for me. I used to love this show. It was set down a fucking toilet, and it was called Round the Bend, like. Dude, this is why you come to my streams. Fuck me. This intro is longer than. I could have watched 100 TikToks in the time that intro happened. There's a crocodile. Now, I haven't watched this since I was a child. There was a crocodile in the toilet.
Hello, viewers. I'm Doc Croc, the fun-loving, friendly editor of Round the Bend, the world's first electronic video comic. Fun, frolics, and friendliness for
Electronic
everyone.
video comment. And they were down the shitter in the sewers. And then they do parodies.
Transformaloids, useless objects in
They do parodies of cartoons.
Armadillotron is on the rampage.
Now, bear in mind, I was like 7 when I watched this, so I've no idea if this is funny. It's almost definitely
The
not.
good Transformaloids is trying to stop him.
Away, octopus slime. You cannot defeat my evil armadillo-powered might.
So, dude, prehistoric brain rot, exactly. 80s brain rot. 80s brain rot was different, man. So I can't get too mad at Skibbity Toilet and whatever it is. Like, everyone says this generation's cooked. I don't know, man. Look at my generation. We had prehistoric brain rot and paedophiles.
You'll laugh out of the other side of your snout when I
Optimus Slime could be a Young Thug album. It fucking could, you know. Bro turns into a toilet plunger. When I was 7, this shit was so funny.
Again, wimp. Lavatory brush.
Right, we'll go back to... We don't have to watch an entire episode, a 20-minute episode of Round the Bend. But yeah.
That's the final call and time to wrap it up. And with the internet being so big, you might be in one community on the internet where something goes mega viral over there, and you think to yourself, everyone's got to know this meme by now. But then you come to find
Yeah, I don't know the ones you were
nobody
talking about, do I? I don't know who Damn Daniel was. 44 million views. I assumed that people over here knew who he was. Not me.
knows it except for you and the people who watch that person. Like, have you ever had to explain to a friend somebody that you've watched so much and
your gen is worse than ours? It might be, you know.
No clue who the person is.
Do you understand? Tangents, but this is what we do here. We react to shit and then the video is going to be like 3 times as long because we just tangent. When I was a kid, pretty much all of the major TV hosts, our heroes as kids, Jimmy Savile. Now, you guys could be anywhere in the world, but I'm sure you've heard that name. One of the most evil paedophiles ever. National icon on TV. Rolf Harris. A guy that used to do an art show on TV. An Australian dude. He used to play music on like old school Australian instruments like a wobble board and a didgeridoo. And do art. Like draw like fucking cartoon characters and shit. It's called Rolf's Cartoon Club. Banging show. Massive pedo. Gary Glitter. Musician. Did some good songs that people liked. Massive fucking pedo. Other shit that I liked. Wrestling. Now, less pedos, but what the fuck? Who were my heroes when I was a kid? Hulk Hogan. A bald guy with blonde hair who was massive. That's weird. But not as weird as the Ultimate Warrior. A human steroid. Also weird. Macho Man Randy Savage. What the fuck was that guy talking about? Everything in the 80s was fucking insane. I know you're saying, who? Never heard of these people? Maybe I'm too young. You are too young if you never heard of these. I'm telling you, these were people from the 80s that were massive. The wrestlers you may have heard of, the UK-based TV presenters, I don't expect you to have heard of them. I will probably do a video all about that at some point. There's probably plenty on the internet, but I can talk about 80s brain rot. 80s brain rot and paedophiles. That was our upbringing, man. That was a Philip Schofield, dude. Philip fucking Schofield. Nonce. They're all nonces. That's what we were brought up on. The same thing's happening to this generation. All of these people that they love, not necessarily nonces, some. A lot of YouTubers going to turn out to be scumbags. All the YouTubers getting exposed. Yeah. The Jimmy Savile Louis Theroux doc is mental to look back on now, bro. And made a reaction to that. It is fucking dark. My mum actually worked at the BBC when she was 19. She moved from Cheshire when she finished school at 18 and moved to London and got a job as like a researcher on Panorama on the BBC. And apparently, even back then, there was noise about Jimmy Savile. That's all she, I think, I mean, she was just, she wasn't like working with him, she didn't know him or anything, and not connected, but I think they fucking knew. And do you know what the craziest thing of all is? The house where the flat where I used to live was the bottom flat in a block, and he had the penthouse. Now, he'd been dead by the time we moved there. He was long dead. Relatively long dead.
You ever had to explain to a friend somebody that you've watched so much and seems big to you, but they have no clue who the person is?
Don't do that.
And that ain't a bad thing either. It's not like you're supposed to know everybody on the internet.
Never do
live
that.
In such a weird internet climate.
Have you ever been in a situation... that happens a lot where people try and explain something that they love to you and there's no way they can possibly convey it and you just have to sit there and endure it. But for some reason, the worst for doing that, and I've had multiple different people do this to me over the years, is South Park. People will go, oh, did you see the South Park episode? And I'll be like, no, I don't really watch South Park that much anymore. And then they'll go and explain a whole episode. And it's like, bro, you do not have the comic skill, timing, or storytelling chops of Trey Stone and Matt Parker. Also, I can't see the show. You're just telling me it. You can see it in your brain. I can't. Stop.
climate nowadays that if you're not guaranteed to be popping online by the masses, people will just spam laughing emoji and who in the comment section. Like, you're not supposed to know every person, my. The internet has 8 billion people on it. I feel like more people gave a chance to new talent back then compared to now. Before, people might follow your come up and try to see the heights you could reach potentially. But nowadays, if you do that, it's a riding or meat riding or glaze. These words have single-handedly ruined the internet. And don't even try to say you were inspired by anyone in 2024.
Fucking right. The meat riding and glazing thing is so fucking annoying. It's so fucking annoying. That you're not supposed to be a fan? You're not supposed to be a fan of things?
Because it's a crime online. It's rare people want to get involved.
It's annoying, but guess what? Here's why it's annoying. If you tell me I'm a meat rider or a glazer or somebody or something, I don't give a shit. I'm 42 years old. Like, it's fucking water off a duck's back to me. I don't care. It's annoying to hear it, but it's not gonna change my behavior. Random person on the internet says I'm a glazer. Oh, I better stop liking this thing or person that I like. Not gonna happen. But when I was much more insecure and was far more, when I was a teenager, like I was a really, really, really insecure, nervous, easily influenced, just wanted to fit in teenager, and was also a bit of an outcast. Quite a lot of an outcast, actually. So having somebody say that would have, I was a glazer for fucking things back then, in terms of like video games, in terms of loving Man United so much. And it would have changed my behavior potentially. Maybe not, actually, because I didn't give a fuck. As much as I absolutely hated being bullied every single day and being an outcast in my school, didn't stop me playing my PlayStation and buying my games magazines and loving my team. So fuck it, maybe not, but still, I hate it.
Involved with someone on their come up now.
So I hate the concept of overrated. Yeah. Overrated and underrated. I get called an overrated. I do get called an overrated YouTuber. Definitely, that's fair. But yeah, even being called an underrated YouTuber, you're an underrated creator. That's like somebody trying to compliment you, but it's like, what's that actually mean, though? That I'm the only one. It's almost like a narcissistic comment. Like, I'm the one who knows about you, but nobody else does. That you're underrated.
Now, another thing that ruined internet virality for people is the sheer commodification of it, aka turning the moment into an immediate
business.
This is
it. This is what happens now, dude. This is what happens now.
Damn, Daniel
it felt raw, and I think, like, I don't know who this dude is. Like, I literally do not know who this dude is, which is crazy. And also, why is this guy cosplaying as Ellen? But this is clearly what's happening now. The second there's a meme, the fucking vultures are there. The vultures are there, dude. Musicians as well, dude, yeah.
Talk shows, getting guest appearances, etc. But even that wasn't the norm back then. Nowadays, a viral meme is gonna hire a lawyer, social media manager, private chef, real estate agent, and start strategizing on where to take it. Like, y'all remember the TikTok Riz Party kids? They had a whole ad collab.
I couldn't remember them any less. I have literally no fucking clue who that is. No clue. There was a point in my life where I realized, at my age, listen, nobody else my age knows anything. Okay? People my age still don't understand you can make a living on YouTube. Yeah, people who've been making a living on YouTube for like well over a decade. Sort your life out. But there is a point, and I think it's as my eldest is sort of getting into his teenagers years now. I'm like, okay, I have to cut this off now. I can't know everything. It's quite nice boomering out of some stuff as well. I didn't want to do it too early, but I think, boomering out of it is now is fine.
With Marc Jacobs, the high-end fashion designer brand. Like, explain to me how these two images even correlate with each other. Or the Hawk Tuah girl. Like, why does the Hawk Tuah girl have a lawyer and Hollywood agent? Shaq giving advice on how to handle her fame. The only thing Shaq should be handling off court is girls half his size. And now has an official podcast
all girls are half his size.
Talk Tuah with Haley Welch. I told Granny about Hawk Tuah. Oh Lord, the end times are near. And like I said, I'm not hating on any of these people for trying to capture the moment. 99% of the people making fun of it would trade their nuts or clit to be in the exact same position.
Too right.
Too right. Because in the past, this would not happen. The saddest part of all of this, though, is the downfall of these people.
Yes,
like,
dude.
For the TikTok.
This is it. The downfall. Like I said, she's gonna get chewed up and spat out, especially if she's got all of the fucking money people in already, and hopefully she can make a bag and doesn't get caught up with any nasty stuff, fucking addictions and things to mask the pain. Hopefully she can just do a podcast. Hey, I mean, hopefully for her, she can do a podcast and actually make something of herself and branch out and actually be, but come on. You can't be fast-tracked to that point. Like, even people who fast-track, it seems like they get fast-tracked or they get really big when they're quite young. Like, even Ali. Like, Ali got quite big when he was 19, but he'd had already a bunch of years under his belt doing Call of Duty videos with no face cam for his mates at school. So he already, before anything, had like 3 or 4 years under his belt of doing that stuff. And then people who blow up in gaming, like in their early 20s, have probably got a decade of experience knowing the insides and outs of that game. Tangent, you got my mate James, who's just about to 100k on Instagram today. JFX Music, have you seen him on Instagram? Young black English guy. He sometimes does videos. It's all out of his like university halls room or flat, and he raps. He teaches rap. He teaches like production. He teaches graphic design. Sometimes he does a lot of videos where he's rapping, and then there's 2 of him in his room, and it's like really good. But he has spent years. He's blown up in the last few months, but he spent years and years and years like building his craft just through knowledge, and like he's super like unusually intelligent person, incredibly talented, frustratingly so. But he's in a position to be able to like put that expertise out there, because even though the blow up on socials is quick, the stuff behind it that's got him to the point where he can talk like that is significant, even though he's only so young. But when you're just fast-tracked from nothing to that, the reason she was able to go viral is she has a lifetime and 10 years of being funny, I would have thought. So the comic timing of that moment for her, nailed it. But none of the other stuff I'm sure she has any experience in. So, yeah, chewed up and spat out, unfortunately.
Riz Party guy at first, you could see his
they fade into obscurity or go down the drugs and porn route. Yeah.
Then slowly over time it starts to
millions of people waiting for the Cash Me Outside girl to turn 18. Yeah, nasty.
Then all
nasty,
the comments
nasty.
are filled.
Yeah, I have no idea who these guys are.
Talking about the fall off, and sadly, that's the
put the tie in the bag is quite funny. Not to put the fries in the bag, put the tie in the bag is quite funny.
fate for a lot of these people, and there's not much you could really do about it after it happens. There's also a clear difference too between an established content creator that blew up off a meme versus them. With the content creator, they already put in the work to show they're entertaining regardless of the meme. So even when it does die out, they still have something to fall back on. Versus a person who just blew up off their meme, people just see them as the meme and will never see them as anything else. Sadly. Like once the internet confirms it in their mind that you fell off, it's like getting sent to purgatory. More and more people start to say it until eventually the whole comment section is just brutal. Fell off. And it's funny to me when these people start to say this, because at least the person had a moment. People spam bro fell off and act like the person's life is over after. Meanwhile, you've never had that moment in your life. And
old man John figuring out meme culture. Nah. I've been there since the beginning of meme culture, dude. You guys need to understand. I was online in 1996. Fuck all of that. 96 I was online. Dude, I've been terminally online for nearly 30 years. Now, do I know all the new memes? No. But let's be serious here for a minute. You were minus 10 years old in 96. Exactly, dude. I'm older than the internet. Exactly, dude. You say that as a joke, or maybe you don't. I literally am. I mean, I'm not older than like when they still had some forms of email and shit in the 70s. But yes, I am older than the internet. Like, I am. I lived all the way up until I was, was I online 96? Might have been 97. Do you know what? It might have been 98. I can't quite remember when we had our fucking dial-up 56k modem in the PC. I feel like I was 15, so it might have been 97, 98. But I was online at friend's house a bit before that, doing like IRC chat rooms and shit. So yeah, let's say 96. Anyway, so 14 years of my life, all my little childhood, like primary school age childhood and the first chunk of high school, no internet, man. No, I'm from that era. I'm from the olden days.
You probably never will, pal. But there are some good examples of people that honestly did the transition well. Bad Baby as an example. Now look, you don't have to like her or her online antics. But
she was popping. This happened pretty much the exact same time as we started Rock Reacts.
Saying catch me outside.
You were born in 97.
$50 million off of OnlyFans. Like, she's 21
That's
and
grim.
can pretty much already
shout out to her for making the money and do what you want, but like the fact that happened in that way, especially when she started when she was 18, is grim, but just an indictment of what society actually is.
She's won. And even before
This year,
that,
Tea and
she
Biscuits.
started
Still got it,
making
baby. Still
music
got Tea and
that was blown
Biscuits.
up, which kept everyone talking about her. Like the first
Bro,
couple
that's a
of
signed
months
copy
is
of the Bible.
crucial for these viral
I see you.
sensations, and it's kind of a make or break. I would say in recent times, Ice Spice has done it the best, even though I think her time is coming if she doesn't change something. Like, you're an artist, sweetheart. You can't twerk
Yeah,
your way
but
throughout.
some people just blow up in music and then it goes away. Like, that happens all the time.
And she's been getting into so much goddamn drama, people are just starting to straight up hate her. But hey, at least if she does fall off, her ticket right back up is OnlyFans and she'll be able to retire in about a month. So yeah, overall the
That's
internet
true.
just keeps growing and changing, so who knows how viral moments are going to be in the future. They'll probably have a whole degree in studying it and make that a whole industry.
Surely
Follow me
they do
on
already.
Twitter or Instagram.
Surely they have degrees in virality and internet culture now, or at least classes within degrees. 100%.
Tic-tac. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
Tommy NFG, great video. Good to learn about some of these memes I didn't know about as well. If you liked that video, definitely go and give your man a subscribe. That was a good video. And it definitely sparked some crazy stories and memories from me. And that, honestly, is the point.